By now, I know most of you guys have seen the video about the Demon 170 by Hagerty and the Lucid Air Sapphire getting dramatically destroyed on the drag strip and at Willow Springs. But with me being the biggest Demon 170 hater on the internet, I have some issues with that particular video because in my eyes, that Demon 170 was intentionally set up to fail against the Lucid Sapphire Air. And what if I told you that I have screenshots to prove that Hagerty intentionally did this? And we're gonna go through it together in this video. If you guys need some of the best aftermarket parts online and you have nowhere to turn to, my friends at JustBought-On'sDragRacingWheels.com have you covered. From catch cans to tonneau covers to running boards to sticky Mickeys and lightweight wheels, my friends at Just Bought On Drag Racing Wheels, they have everything that you need. And with my special promo code BUTTER that you use at checkout, you can get an additional 15% off on your next order. So check out my friends at JustBought-On'sDragRacingWheels.com, where some of the best prices online just got a little bit better. So my army of 35,000 friends and the 77% not subscribed, me watching that video from Hagerty, it had my spidey senses tingling as soon as I finished watching it because, okay, maybe the Demon 170 will lose against the Sapphire every single time. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But in that video, it took it a little too far. It made the Demon 170 seem like it was like one of the slowest things that Dodge has ever produced. And looking at the times and then going through looking at the video, I had some question marks. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this in the beginning, my friends, that this is not a knock against Tom Bailey because I know he was the driver of that particular car, but there's a few things that in that video that stood out to me with Tom Bailey. For one thing, he didn't drive his particular own Demon 170. Now, when I went and looked at his YouTube channel, I seen that he has maybe a Go Mango Demon 170, but for some reason, he wasn't able to drive his own car. So Hagerty, I guess, had to borrow a car from the Radford Racing School, which presents another issue that I'm going to bring up in this particular video because those cars from the Radford Racing School, they're not set up to be the fastest versions of the Demon 170 that was sold to customers. And we're going to go through these screenshots together and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I know I'm like one of the biggest Demon 170 haters on the internet, but it's only because of quality issues, not performance issues. Because me, at the end of the day, I own a Demon 170 myself. It's sitting right outside my garage, my Sublime green one. And so, like I said, I only have issues with the Demon 170's quality, not the performance. But in this particular video right here, it basically was a slap in the face to Dodge. And like, honestly, I don't understand how in the world this could happen. But we're gonna take a look at this together so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I don't want to play any clips from that particular video because I don't want to have the same thing happen to me this time, like when Motor Trend won't let anyone play any clips from the Demon 170 reveal. So we're going to just go through screenshots, and with these screenshots, you'll see timestamps. That way, since I'm up here opening these screenshots up in Photoshop, you can see that it was not me who edited these videos to kind of prove my point. But here we go right here, the first particular clip, and all these clips are in order. So the first particular clip I want to bring up, this one right here at 441. If you stop the video, look at 441. So if you look at that, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. You see that, yeah, the tires are deflated down to 17, 18 PSI. Now, the next thing you notice is coming over here and you look at the fuel gauge. Now, if you're a drag racer, any real drag racer, why would you go to the track and drag race your car on a full tank of fuel? Now, like I said, I'm not talking bad about Tom Bailey or anything, but I'm just going to say that maybe Hagerty set it up in these conditions so to where he had to run in unoptimal conditions for the Demon 170 run against Lucid Air Sapphire. But I guarantee you, any real person that's going to drag race their Demon 170 on a drag strip is not going to drag race with a full tank of fuel. Now we go over here to this next clip. This one right here is at 450. Now we go to this next clip of 450 and we zoom in on the radio. You'll see that right here at 450, you'll notice that this car, this blurry red spot, if you don't own Demon 170, There's only 3 drive modes in the Demon 170. There's auto, there's custom, and there's drag. If you're going to be drag racing the car, you would think that you be either in custom or drag to set up parameters in the car. And then another thing you notice is the chiller option is turned off. If you're racing in bad DA, why would you be racing without the chiller on? Why would you be racing in auto mode? So it's like something very peculiar is going on here. And like I said, I would think that Tom Bailey would have these things turned on. Maybe this is like just different clips on the different runs that they did. But if there's any runs that's going on, why would I run the car at any particular time in auto or if I chiller mode on, right? Let's go to the next clip. If you look at this particular shot, this shot right here is at 637. So if we zoom in, you'll see that this is regular steel wheels. These are not the wheels that you get if you order the carbon fiber wheels. So that's another problem. So this right here is another car that's, like I said, not set up from the factory to beat electric cars. This right here is a Rapid Racing School, and I'm pretty sure none of those cars at Rapid Racing School is going to have carbon fiber wheels on them. So that's the next problem. That's why I'm going like, I don't understand why Tom Bailey couldn't race his own car. Maybe it's modified, maybe he sold it, I don't know. But it just seems kind of iffy to me that, you know, I got screenshots right here, car been running auto mode, the car's been running with the chiller on, and now you don't have carbon fiber wheels in the car. But like I said, there's more clips to go through about how this D170 was set up to fail. Let's go to the next clip. Now this next clip right here, now you see, let's see, that time when that clock's 4:32. So at 4:32, the car was running. Let me go back. At 4:32, the car is still running on auto mode with the chiller on. So at 4:32, the chiller is on and it's still running auto mode. And then we have in this other clip right here, an hour later, this car is still drag racing. An hour later, still running auto mode and the chiller is turned off. So it just doesn't make any sense here why the chiller is on during the first race, but all these other races, did it make the Demon look like it is getting destroyed by the Lucid Air? It's not running with the chiller on, and maybe this car is basically set up to basically run slower to make the Lucid Air look better. So like I said, and these are screenshots, right? This screenshot right here of this chiller running, this is at 7 minutes and 34 seconds. 7 minutes, 34 seconds. So you can go watch the video and look at these timestamps and you can see exactly what I'm saying. You see right here at 4:32. Let me see, can I see the gas gauge? And the gas gauge at 4:32, it was sitting right there at a little under a half. So the beginning races, you had under a half tank of gas in the car. And you see right up here, we're gonna look at this right here. That blue little gas handle, the gas station icon right there, that lets you know that you're running E85 on this car. But we're going to see, like I said, there's some trickery going on. And then we're going to look back at this photo right here. You still got that same blue icon right there. That E85 is in this car. This car is fully unlocked at 1,025 horsepower. So let's go to the next clip. Now here we go at the next clip. Now I don't know exactly what time of the day this happened, but if you look right here at 8:21 timestamp, we're gonna zoom up. And remember I said to look at that gas icon? Here we go right here, E20. Why in the world is this car not running E85 in this car, right? Like I said, if the icon is blue, it's running E85. If it's white like this, that means it has a mixture of maybe 93 octane and E85 in there. Or maybe, oh, hold on. Let me go look at my D170 real quick. I know my car is sitting at E11 right now because I put 93 octane back in my tank. So it dropped me back down from like, I think what, E75 down to E11. So I'm going like, yeah, something's kind of fishy right here. But if this D170, I'm supposed to be led to believe is sitting at 1,025 horsepower, then it should not be saying E20 on here. Like I said, it's supposed to show that it's blue when you unlock the full 1,025 horsepower. And if you go back and look, the icon right there, why is it doing that? If you go back and look at the icon right there, that one's in blue. Go back and look at this icon right here. That one's in blue. So this car is not running at 1,025 horsepower at some time during this race. So hold on, this is 1918 miles. This is a 1916. So at 1916, when this thing is racing, it's full tank of gas. So why in the world does it not have full E85 in this car when it's racing at Willow Springs? At 1916, this car is at a full tank of gas. So when this car began racing, it did not have a full 1,025 horsepower, because if you go back and look at this right here, at 1918, 2 miles later, now this car has E20, and they're using this car in a drag race scenario without full power. So you tell me that this race was entirely fair. And I have screenshots to prove that this race was set up to make the Demon 170 look bad. Even if Rapid Racing School had this car delivered to them at 93 octane, it doesn't take but a handful of pulls to drain a fuel tank, right? Don't you guys remember back when the Hellcats first came out and they said that you can basically run flat out for 30 minutes and drain a full tank of gas? So you're telling me they couldn't run around and do some full passes and then drain the gas tank down to load up E85 in the car? They're going to use this car and not run at 1,025 horsepower. I mean, come on now. Like, come on, bro. So, like I said, 1918, not running at 1,025 horsepower. Here we go right here, 1916, full tank of gas. So, I would love to get some kind of clarification from Hagerty what exactly was going on with this car. But based on this car was not running at full power at certain times of filming. So maybe these shots right here is after the car had finally gained full power, but it wasn't running full power every single time it was running against that Lucid Air. I can tell you that for sure. Now for this 7th screenshot, you'll notice there's something else wrong right here too. Now you probably ain't really gonna be able to tell the difference, but once you zoom in and actually look, you'll see right here, there is a passenger seat in the car. Now, unless some people who don't really know about all the Demon 170s, there are some Demon 170s that are sold as one-seaters, and those are the fastest versions of the Demon 170, because the one-seater cars, they don't have all the extra wiring and parts in the car for a passenger, which makes the car lighter. So that means there's no passenger airbag in there, there's no wiring for it, there's no seats in the car, there's only one seat that ships with the car. And this particular car right here is a 2-seater with basically like a rear seat delete. So this right here is not the fastest version of the D170 that was offered to customers. So there is another strike in my book of why this car lost. They got a D170 that weighs heavier, doesn't have carbon fiber wheels, and does not run at 1,025 horsepower to race against the Lucid Air Sapphire. All this stuff stacked against the Demon 170 to make it look bad. And to me, honestly, make it look bad intentionally. One thing I noticed about that entire Hagerty video, I cannot find one single clip of that car ever being raced in drag mode or custom mode. It's like so many inconsistencies with the whole running that Demon 170 against Lucid Air. I don't trust that video at all. And those times, they're just fraudulent in my eyes. Like, I mean, even when you go watch the Demon 170 try to launch, it looks as though that it's not even in drag suspension mode. That way, the actual suspension will start to creep back and lift the tires off the ground. I can watch pretty much any video from Demonology, and in his videos, his Demon 170 goes almost at a 45-degree angle. That's how much of a hit he gets off the line. And so, like I said, nothing against Tom Bailey, because I don't know what stipulations they gave to him, what they made him sign, because some of these places, when you do these high production videos, they won't allow you to say things about what exactly happened. You got to sign a contract, blah, blah, blah. So in my eyes, I think this video is 100% fraudulent. The Demon 170 is not as bad as what they make it seem. There's no way I accept these results, because I've shown you guys proof through their own video footage. I didn't manipulate anything, I didn't change anything, but screenshots of how they ran the car, and there's not one single time where this car was ran in drag mode, I got times where the chiller wasn't activated, which lowers the intake temperature so you can get more power out of the car in bad DA situations. You got no carbon fiber wheels on the car. You have no one-seater model being used, which is the lighter version of the D170. The car being ran in auto mode pretty much every single time I've seen clips of it. The car ran with full tank of gas, and then it's building up to unlock E85, the whole 1,025 horsepower. So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on. And then I think that if Demonology, and because I saw Demonology's video about him talking about he gonna get set a race with him and drag times, I'm gonna trust that video a lot more than Hagerty's video, because at least I know Demonology, he's gonna do everything he can to make sure his car can snatch a Sapphire soul, rather than this situation right here. Through all these screenshots I showed you, that the car was not running E85, the car was not running carbon fiber wheels, the car was not a single seater, and the car was running auto mode. All the things that were stacked against it to make the D170 look bad. And like I said, I am a D170 owner at the end of the day. I may make videos talking bad about D170, but it's only about the quality and not the performance of the D170. And so, like I said, I would love for Hagerty to basically give me kind of a response on exactly what happened with this car, because like I said, I think the whole video is fraudulent. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Did Hagerty intentionally make the Lucid Air look better, look superior, by manipulating the conditions that the D170 had to run under? Like, I'm not even talking about DA, because I know I saw Demonology's video talking about a bad DA and all the summertime and all that crap. But like I said, I gave you clear screenshots of how this car was intentionally ran bad in order to make it look bad. But like I said, let me know what you guys think. Hagerty, let me know what you guys think, because like I said, you already know my opinion. This race was fraudulent. And until the next time, guys, I'm out.